The Broadway sensation Wicked is back in Chicago through December 4th. Plenty of chances to go ahead and check it out, especially during the holidays. Emily Kristen Morris here, who's Elphaba standby, is joining us to chat all about the show. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
So Wicked is back, and it's fun to see fans get excited and post their photos, especially because it's in Chicago for an extended stay.
It's awesome. Yeah, we're here. We're here for 2.5 months in total, which is just like such a luxury. Being on the road, getting to really sit somewhere is so great.
And to be able to sit in one city, and it's so beautiful here in Chicago, especially during the holiday time. There's going to be a lot of lights, a lot of activities, lots for people to enjoy
I
and
am
go, to go see a
falling in
show.
love. I'm falling in love with Chicago. I had no idea that I would love it here so much. I love it here.
And there's going to be the Chris Kindle Mark that's going to be right outside Daily Plaza. So that's something that people like to do, especially get their holiday treats and then go see a show. So this is an
Cool.
added bonus that's coming in a couple of weeks. But for maybe someone who's unfamiliar with the story of Wicked, give us a little rundown of what we're going to see in the show.
Yeah, well, Wicked is a product that sort of grew out of Wizard of Oz. And it's the story, the untold story of Elphaba, who's the Green Witch, the Wicked Witch of the West, and Glinda, and their whole backstory and how they met and how they become who they are. And it's a beautiful story. It's a really beautiful story.
Now you are Elphaba Standby. Tell us a little bit about what a standby does in a theater production.
Yes, so Standby is sort of similar to an understudy, but slightly different. So standbys in our field in musical theater, well, theater in general, highly demanding roles oftentimes will have more than just an understudy. They'll have a standby, meaning that that person is not on stage in the ensemble and understudying. This person, me, is actually off stage, like at any moment, ready to go on and help if something were to happen. And yeah, it's a really interesting and unique job.
Well, I mean, let's talk a little bit about the character of Elphaba because it's not just being on standby in a t-shirt and jeans. I mean, are you getting beta? Are you ready alongside the whole time? No.
No, 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 no. Everyone asks that question. No, no, because worst case scenario, she rolls her ankle or whatever, and you have to go on mid-show, which doesn't happen very often. But worst case scenario, they have a total contingency plan and they'll get you green and on stage as quickly as possible. But no, we are not green and in costume backstage.
And as kind of preparing for those emergency type situations, getting green and getting ready to go on stage, how long would that process take you?
I think they can do it really fast if need be. That's what I've heard.
As far as the audience is, because it's been wonderful to see people coming back and enjoying the show. And, obviously people last time around in Chicago were a lot younger, but to come there with their kids or to come see it a repeated time. I mean, tell me a little bit about the vibe in the theater, because I could just see so much excitement.
Yes. Well, so I made my Elphaba debut this past week. And I was like, honestly blown away by the audiences. I was blown away. I had no idea that, yeah, I mean, we were getting like, mid-song applauses, we were getting standing ovations. The audiences have been unbelievable. And you're right, it's very cool to see how, maybe people who like grew up with Wicked when it came out almost 20 years ago are now starting to have kids and bring their kids. And you see that, like you see little girls wearing witch hats and with their mom who's also wearing a witch hat, So yeah, the audiences have been amazing, in particular here in Chicago.
As far as dress, you just mentioned, as far as dressing up, are you seeing a lot of people getting into the spirit, whether in their green or in their witch outfits?
Totally. Yeah. Not everybody, of course. You can come as you will. But yeah, you see it for sure. You see a lot of people just in green in general, people wearing green dresses or whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
I make sure to wear my green for today.
Oh, love it.
People grew up with it, 20 years ago when it first came out. The movies are coming out here shortly in the next year or so. But like, as far as like this excitement for the show, I mean, tell me a little bit why this is kind of the perfect time for it to come back on stage, especially kind of getting that excitement for the movies to come out.
I know that too. We're all excited about that. Well, a cool fun fact is that Wicked was the first Broadway national tour to remount after the pandemic. Um, and so that was, a year ago, a little bit more than a year ago. And that feels feels very significant to me just because Wicked is such a cultural phenomenon. It's in lots of different countries and lots of different languages, all around the world. And it feels very emblematic of the culture of musical theater. So for it to be the first show to come back was, just really, really special. So I think it's a good time to see it now because we're celebrating having theater again. It's we've all been through so much during the pandemic, and it's really great to get your vaccine, right? But then come to a theater and enjoy a live show together with people, human connection. It's so important.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Wicked is in Chicago through December 4th. BroadwayInChicago.com is where you can go ahead and get those tickets. The show again at the Nederlander Theater. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah.